up, everybody? Welcome back to another Wisdom Girl and Wise Woman show. It's your girl, Wisdom Girl, aka Carmel Miller, and this is
Hey everybody, I'm Wise Woman.
what? What's your name?
Oh, Leslie Christie, Wise Woman.
Okay, moving on. So today for our 101st, 101st show, we are talking about self-esteem 101. Now we had a show similar to this last year.
We did.
Last year? No, the year before that.
Yeah.
Last year.
I think it was last year. We had a similar show. Mm-hmm.
No, it was when we first started. It was called Loving Yourself.
Yeah.
I think I saw. Yeah. So it's something similar, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 tips. I forgot the word. Tips for in building up your confidence and inner strength. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow. I said share already.
Tag, do all that.
So yeah. So whether you are a young girl like moi, or a woman, a very much older woman, who basically this episode is for you.
Yes.
So basically we're here to ignite the flame of self-belief and inner resilience.
Okay.
I don't know why I do that.
I don't know why either.
So we are thrilled to have you to join us for today's episode, Self-Esteem 101, and the top 5 tips for building confidence and inner strength. So join us in the chat.
Do that. Well, all right. So, as you said, top 5 tips that we have for building confidence and inner strength. So, tip number 1, and before we even get started, I hope you have some pen, some paper. I hope you have something to write with, because you're gonna find that even though you hear these things, you're gonna find that these tips are something that's needed, because we all need to kind of revisit this whole idea. Females struggle in this area of self-esteem. We kind of go up, down, up, down, up, down. Today we good, tomorrow, And so when we put these things into right, when we put these things into practice, then we tend to live better lives. All right. So tip number 1: practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. So imagine speaking to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Self-compassion lays the groundwork for a healthy self-esteem, allowing us to embrace our humanity, admitting that we are human, with kindness rather than with criticism. And so this gentle, understanding approach is the cornerstone of building self-esteem. It's about extending kindness to ourselves, in those moments of failure, in those moments of pain, just as we would with a close friend, or a close relative, or a close grandmother-granddaughter relationship, And so the Bible gently reminds us in Psalm 103, verse 8, the Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. Imagine embodying this divine compassion toward yourself, that you're slow to anger with yourself, you abound in love with yourself, and it creates a sanctuary of peace within your soul. So, it's really important to practice that self-compassion.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why I'm laughing.
I don't know why
it was completely random. So self-compassion is transformative. It's recognizing that being imperfect, making mistakes, and experiencing difficulty is a part of being human.
Amen. It is.
Maya Angelou once said, "My girl,
yeah,
I've learned that making a living is not the same as making a.
Come on. So true. Yes.
So self-compassion is pivotal in making a life.
Yeah.
And it allows
We
I know it
have to
does
say
say that. It allows us to accept our humanness. Is that a word?
It is. Of
When is
course.
supercalifragilistic? Okay. And to live fully. So experience and so embracing experiment. This I don't
Told
know.
you
I
it was
don't
gonna be
know.
cold.
It's not because I'm cold,
Okay.
and I'm not even cold.
All right.
Embracing every part of our journey with grace.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I love what Maya Angelou said. I've learned that making a living is not the same as making a life. That is the truth. That is the truth. A lot of people focus on making a living rather than making a life. And she's saying that. You gotta live. You gotta embrace who you are and extend that self compassion to yourself so that you can live and be kind to yourself. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So here's a way to begin practicing self compassion. Start with a small daily affirmation by acknowledging your efforts. Acknowledge what you're doing, what you've accomplished. Yeah. Forgive your mistakes. Okay, so you messed up. Okay, so you may have said the wrong thing. Okay, so you woke up with a bad attitude. Forgive yourself. Okay, and then celebrate the small victories. Every little small victory is worth celebrating. And a lot of times we look for the big things. Like we want to celebrate the huge.
Okay, so I got this. Then I'm going to sleep. Good night. It was nice knowing you. That's how I reward myself. I'm going to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I'm tired.
Oh, so you get rest. Okay, that's good too. That's good too. So it's about changing the critical inner voice, right, into one that's supportive and loving. So think of it as nurturing a garden within your soul, right, where kindness blossoms into a profound self-esteem. That's how you have to think of it. All right. So hopefully you'll put those that little, you put that into practice as you start your journey towards self compassion. All right. So that's tip number one for you.
Tip number 2 is to set personal boundaries.
Come
All the
on.
kids my age, you better get up on the screen. So moving to our second tip, setting up personal boundaries. This is crucial.
Yeah, it really is.
Crucial. What a
Crucial. It is. It really is.
Boundaries are the invisible lines that define how we want to be treated by others.
Mm.
They reflect our self-worth and our self-respect. By setting clear boundaries, we teach others how to treat us, and more importantly, we honor our needs, feelings, and values.
Okay.
Proverbs 4:23 advises,
Mhm.
I'm so sorry, advice. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do
Yes.
flows from it.
Yes.
Boundaries protect our heart, our spirit, and our
Yeah.
They are the expression for our self-respect and the blueprint for how others should treat us.
That is the truth. That really is the truth. If we don't set those boundaries, people will just walk over us. It's like we will allow them to kind of walk over us, take advantage of us. That's hard though. It is. Listen, it's very, very difficult, but boundaries are essential for healthy self-esteem. And they are a declaration of your worth. Oprah Winfrey once stated, "You teach people how to treat you." Come on, Oprah. You teach people how to treat you. So, in other words, how you treat yourself is how you teach people how to treat you. And so, by setting boundaries, you're teaching the world your value, right? And it's about saying yes to what nurtures your spirit and no to what drains it. And that is difficult to do, especially as you get older in life. Well, it gets difficult when you get older, but then it gets easier as you get older, even more older, even older, you know, to set those boundaries. Um, somewhere in the middle, we tend to try to please, as females, we tend to try to please like everybody. But then after a while, we start learning, no, I can't please everybody. I got to set some boundaries. And I think maybe even like for your age group, you have to set boundaries, you know, because then if you don't, that's where that bullying stuff comes in.
Yeah. It's bullying if and even if you do.
If you do set boundaries,
Yeah, it's bullying.
Wow.
I don't know, like now kids do this. Like
Yeah, so right. Yeah, I understand what you're saying because you set boundaries so that you're not bullied or as bullied as much. But then there's that other thing where people think that you say you think you're all that and all, it creates a
I am
different.
all that, excuse me.
I mean, you should be confident. I'm not talking about confidence. I'm talking about them creating a whole different
Like
narrative
like you
about
think
you.
you're that girl. So I am that.
Yeah, you are. But all right, so let's go. Well, you go ahead.
Oh yeah. So a way to begin implementing boundaries can be as simple as saying no without feeling guilty,
Come on.
asking for space when needed,
Yes.
or honoring your personal values when being pressured to compromise. It's not about building walls, but defining your sacred space.
That's your thing right now.
Okay? Where respect, love, and peace can flow.
Yeah. I love that. Saying no without being guilty, asking for your space. This is my space.
Space.
You've been saying lately, can you just respect my space?
Yeah.
Respect
my boundaries. That's
yeah,
what I'm learning
respect
now.
my boundaries. Yes, but that's so true. That is so true. All right. So tip number 1 was practice self compassion. Tip number 2 was
set personal boundaries.
Set personal boundaries. Let me see in the chat. Let me see if are y'all vibing with this? Are y'all getting something yet? Just let us know in the chat. All right. So tip number 3. Our third tip is to celebrate your achievements. All right. That's the tip. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Acknowledging your successes, it reinforces your sense of confidence and accomplishments, right? If you don't celebrate those small things, right, then how are you ever going to know whether or not you can do something even more or better? You gotta celebrate. Philippians 4:13 reminds us of that. It says, which we say almost all the time, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All right, that's a declaration right there. I can do this thing. You know what? Because Christ strengthens me. So each accomplishment, no matter its size, is a testament to your strength, your resilience, and your capabilities. And then recognizing those triumphs fuels your self worth and propels you forward. I am telling you, if you don't celebrate what you have accomplished, you will not move forward. It will stifle you, it will abort the process. And listen, I got too far to go to be, crying the blues. If my goal is to color 5 trees and all I colored was a half a tree, girl, you did that thing.
Especially if you like me and can't draw. Big account.
I said color, not draw, but I can't draw. But yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
Exactly.
When you're challenged with it and you make an accomplishment that's really small, you gotta celebrate yourself. Celebrate those achievements. All right.
Celebration is an acknowledgement of your effort and progress.
Yeah.
As Marianne Williamson said, Success means we go to sleep at night knowing that our talents and abilities were used in a way that served others.
Ooh, come on, Miss Marion. Wow.
It's about honoring the unique gifts.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You brought into the world.
Yeah.
The challenges you've overcome and the growth you've experienced.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Wow. Let's say hello to people who are in the chat. We want to say hello to Tanisha Turton. Hello to Jen Kennard. Hello to Danielle Covington. So glad y'all are in the chat. Y'all are with us this afternoon. All right. So we want to give you some ways of which you can begin celebrating your achievements. Okay. So start with a success journal. Now that's bomb. A success journal, right? We usually think about journaling like your feelings, but a success journal is different, right? So document every win, document every moment of growth, and every time you push beyond, your comfort zone. Document it, so you can go back and you can read, and that's a way of encouraging yourself. And so these records become it's like a repository of your strength, a reminder during tough times that you are capable, that you have accomplished something and that you are ever evolving. And so this act of celebration isn't just about feeling good in the moment, but it's a profound practice that really reinsures your self-image. It boosts your morale. It builds a foundation of confidence that permeates every aspect of your life. Imagine if you never, ever celebrated yourself. What kind of life would that be? And then when you keep a success journal, listen, I don't care how bad life is, what somebody said, did, whatever. Go back to that success journal, and I guarantee you it will kind of jolt you. Is that the right word? Jolt, like a plug. It will jolt electricity in your life and remind you of who you are. Yeah.
So, tip number 4, engage in positive self-talk.
You don't step on your own toe?
Yeah, that's really, really bad. Okay. Tip 4 is about engaging in positive self-talk. The conversations we have with ourselves shape our reality, shifting from negative chatter to affirming positive dialogue. Can dramatically enhance our self-view and overall happiness.
Yeah.
Philippians 4:8 encourages us to think about what is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, or praiseworthy. That's too many words.
But it's powerful. Think about those things.
Our self-dialogue should mirror these qualities.
Wait, say that again.
Our self-dialogue should mirror these qualities.
Our self-dialogue. So everything we say about ourselves should be true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, or praiseworthy. So yeah. That's deep. That's deeper than the way it sounds. Yeah. So every time you want to complain about yourself, no,
according to my calculation, that's kind of
all right.
Okay. These words speak to ourselves. These words we speak to ourselves can either be a powerful catalyst for growth or an anchor dragging us down.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. It can either boost us or take us down. That's a vital one. That's a really vital one. Our self-talk can be our greatest ally or our biggest adversary. Why can't speak? Why can't every week adversary? Every week there's a word that ties my tongue. I'm not understanding what's happening to me. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's very unfortunate.
Adversary.
Hashtag get a dictionary. Hashtag
No, it's like you get
hashtag go back to kindergarten. Pronunciate.
Anyway, like you get to a word. You know how sometimes you write a word, it looks strange. You're like, is this how you spell such and such? But it's you know you spelled it right, but it just, anyway, when you get my age, you start to understand. Come on, somebody who's in the over 50 club. Come on, agree with me. Way, it really is self-talk. Really is that thing that kind of, it either is your greatest thing that agrees with you, or the biggest trouble of your life. It really is. And so cultivating a habit of positive self-talk, it strengthens our inner strength, right? And it strengthens our self-belief, and it makes it easier to face challenges with confidence, right? And so positive self-talk, it is a skill. It really is a skill. It's not something that you naturally do. We don't naturally say, oh, today is a beautiful day. Actually, every single day we don't, when every single day is not peaches and cream, and we get up and sometimes you get up.
Cream actually tastes good.
Well, listen to what I'm saying.
I know that's the point, but
I don't know. It's just a saying. But there are those days when we get up and be ready. But then there's those days where you're like, oh, man.
I'm staying in bed today.
Yeah.
That's me every day.
Yeah, or you got a phone call, or you remembered something from yesterday, which is the worst thing you could ever do, and that shapes your today. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. So, it's a skill. It really is a skill, and it's one that's cultivated with practice and mindfulness. Louise Hay, she beautifully articulated this. Beautifully articulated this. Oh my God. Beautifully.
Okay. Not that
Beautiful. She said, you have been criticizing yourselves for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. What? Come on, Miss Louise.
The table and the plate.
Yes. So imagine the transformation that unfolds when your inner dialogue supports, uplifts, and encourages you. Imagine it. Wow. This is deep. All right.
So we're going to go through this quickly. We only have 6 minutes. Okay.
Not even.
So 6 minutes. So a way to begin or enhance self-positive talk is to begin each day with affirmations that resonate with your spirit. Phrases like I am worthy, I am capable, or I am loved are simple, but yet will have a profound impact and may serve as reminders of your value.
Yeah.
Your value.
Yeah.
Reinforcing a positive self-image and robust self-esteem. Yeah. Remember, the narrative you create in your mind shapes your reality. By choosing words that uplift and affirm, you're not just boosting your mood, you're reshaping your world.
That's so true. And it's not too late. It's really not too late. If you've kind of been in that place where you're having negative self-talk, it's not too late to flip it and change your life. I love that. All right. So our final tip, let's just kind of go over what our tips were, and then we go to the final tip. So tip number 1,
practice self-compassion.
Yeah. Tip number 2,
set personal boundaries.
Tip number 3,
celebrate your achievements.
And tip number 4,
engage in self-positive talk.
All right. And so our final tip is cultivating a growth mindset, and we talk a lot about that in our show, a growth mindset. So this is about embracing challenges as opportunities for growth and viewing failures as lessons, and understanding that effort leads to mastery. Come on. So with a growth mindset, you believe that you can improve through hard work and persistence. And this belief is incredibly empowering. It fosters resilience, perseverance, and ultimately, it gives you a strong sense of self-esteem. It's about shifting from I can't to I can learn, right? Instead of saying I can learn that. I can learn it. Love it.
Yeah. And this tip is beautifully aligned with Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah.
This mindset embraces challenges as opportunities, use failures as lessons, and believes in the potential for personal evolution.
Yeah.
A growth mindset is the bedrock of enduring self esteem. It's the belief that you are a work in progress, constantly evolving and expanding.
Yeah.
Like Carol S. Dweck said, in a growth mindset, challenges are exciting rather than threatening. So you rest, right?
I like it.
So wow, she's really good. So rather than thinking, oh, I'm gonna reveal my weaknesses, you say, wow, there's a chance here to grow.
Come on, Miss Dweck. Listen, that's dope. I love it. I love it. If you like that, just let us know in the chat. She said in a growth way. What's that last part she said? Instead of so rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to reveal my weaknesses,
You say, wow, here's a chance to grow.
Love it. I love that. I love it. All right. So a way to nurture, to begin to nurture and cultivate the growth mindset is setting learning goals, embracing challenges, seeing effort as a path to mastery. So when you stumble, view it as a stepping stone, not a setback. Okay? Each effort, each attempt, each day is an opportunity to expand your horizons and build a resilient, confident self. So, with this mindset, every experience is a lesson, and every challenge is a chance to grow, and every success, a moment to reflect on your journey. And it transforms your relationship with yourself. It forces a deep, unwavering sense of self-esteem, and that sense of self-esteem is rooted in who you are becoming, not just who you've been.
Wow. So, integrating these 5 tips into your daily life alongside the guidance of scripture and the wisdom of those who've walked this path before us can profoundly impact your journey towards robust self-esteem and unshakable confidence.
Amen to that. So embrace these practices wholeheartedly. All right. Allow them to mold your character. Allow them to shape your journey. Allow them to illuminate your path. And remember, you are wonderfully made. You are wonderfully made, and you are deserving of love, of respect, and all the beauty that life has to offer you. All right.
So,
Go ahead.
we will see you guys next week.
Wait. What you want to say?
Don't. Oh, thank you guys for watching.
We had some comments in the chat, but we kind of ran out of time. What I'm just going to read this one. What happens when you're so down and out that self-talk isn't working, or can't even do the self-talk? Well, that's where that success journal comes in. That's when you have to remind yourself, of who you are in Christ Jesus. That's where the scriptures come in, and you got to keep practicing it. You got to keep doing it. Even it's like riding a bike or some other skill. You might not get it immediately. You might be, discouraged because you can't get it, but you keep trying. You keep getting on it. You keep trying, and eventually you get it, and you become a master of it. So that's how I would answer. What about you?
The same thing. Yeah.
All right.
So, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tag, and follow us on all social media platforms at Wisdom Girl Wise Woman. Don't forget to visit our website, Wisdom Girl Wise, www.wisdomgirlwisewoman.com. And we will see you guys.
We'll see you next week, 5:00 p.m. Thank you.